Alright, welcome back to Zero Escape versus Last Reeard. Yep, totally rolls off the tongue. Perfect naming scheme going on there. Definitely easy to remember. Anyways, I know, I'm a bit late. I totally lost track of time reading Omniscient Reader. Found it today and I've been spending all my free time reading that. Almost through all of the available chapters. Anyways, yeah, we're kinda stuck with this game for a while now. Be happy. Because you will see a lot of it. Until we get all the endings. Well, okay, maybe not all, I'm not sure. But at least so. This will take a while, I know, so jump in. And hope that we get to skip a lot going forward. So, oh, I can't go back, okay. They're not as nice to me as the first game was. But we went through the let's look at the flow chart real quick. Right, we went through the red door, escaped, and now we're looking after what's his name? Cork, right, Cork, who fell ill around here somewhere with the radical 6. We have the antiviral medicine. Well, we had it, but it got stolen by Dio, and we are now currently trying to, well, either get him killed, which is not possible, or get it from him and not get killed. So, yeah, that's kind of our choices here. He wants us to ally, which I'm gonna guess is actually this one, although so far I know, right, it didn't get to fly further. It was locked out. Right. But I think so far ally was always the left path and betray always the other one, but he will for sure betray us. He's at 6 points. No way in hell is he gonna ally and save us. But I don't know. We shall ally this first round. Well, how is he doing?
He seems to be stable, as far as I can tell.
Still sleeping.
I see. Mind if I have a look?
Please, go ahead.
I made my way around the partition to the side of Quark's bed. Yeah. The journal and the thing Fi and I had talked about would definitely need to be addressed, but for the moment the AB game was what I needed to concentrate on. Lives were at stake, mine and Quark's. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. If the journal was telling the truth, then as soon as the anesthetic wore off, Quark would go insane again. What if we weren't able to restrain him a second time? What if he managed to kill himself before we got to him? I was about to say, why not use restraints? But then I thought about it, and well, he could basically just bite off his tongue and kill himself that way. If he's in that much of a frenzy. But I don't think the game would go that far, right? I'm speaking in hypotheticals. YouTube? Twitch? Alright? Thank you. Although I don't really have to worry about it. I'm not monetized. Yay! I can talk about all this stuff I want. Okay. Or perhaps he'd just go out of the infirmary and go hide somewhere. On the other hand, it wasn't like we could keep Ennis, oh, I hate this word, knocking him out forever. There was only one way to save Quark, and that was with eeeh. Unfortunately, Dio had stolen it. Well, thanks for recapping that for me. I guess I didn't need to recap it after all. If we wanted to get it back, Clover and I would have to vote ally. But if I did, there was an excellent chance I would end up dead. The question was then what to do. Sacrifice myself to save Quark, or keep quiet about the danger he was in to save myself. It was so faint I almost didn't hear it.
Grandpa. Grandpa.
He shifted a little, then fell silent again. It was enough, though. What on earth had I been thinking? How could I have been considering letting a child die in my place? Suddenly my cheeks felt hot with embarrassment and disgust. That I had considered letting Quark die even for a minute was pathetic. There was only one choice. There had only ever been one choice. No one deserved to die? What? No way was I going to leave Quark to die. Oh, they definitely increased the font size. I was like, huh? Wasn't that big before? My hands tightened into fists as I looked down at him. Any uncertainty I'd felt before was gone. I knew what I had to do.
10 minutes
It
remain
remains
until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed.
Looks like it's almost time.
Yeah.
You two should head back.
Well, we can stay out of the room. It's gonna ally us anyway. What about you?
Not going. I'm worried about Quark.
But you're a solo. If you don't vote...
I'll automatically ally. I know. I heard the voice on the intercom just like you.
What are you going to do if Kay and Alice vote betray?
Nothing, I suppose. Just means I lost that round. I'd just be voting ally anyway. You know who my opponents are, right? Alice only has one BP left. If I pick betray and they chose ally, I'd kill her. I'm not so desperate to escape that I'm gonna kill someone for it.
Well, maybe you should teach that to Dio.
And even if I was, I can't leave Quark behind. You see? Doesn't matter if I go into the AB room or not. My vote's the same either way.
Temyoji's mind was made up. Trying to persuade him to leave would have been pointless. Alright, take care of Quark.
Of course. You worry about yourself.
Let's go.
Okay.
Luna and I headed out of the infirmary, leaving Tenmyoji and Quark behind. When we got to the warehouse, we found everyone else waiting for us. Well, not quite everyone. One other person was missing. Hey, where's Dio?
Take a look at the doors.
They're all closed. When we came in here before, the one on the far right was open.
And that would mean...
that he went in. I guess.
Exactly.
Instead, he'd probably been worried I might try and take the eeeh from him by force, so he'd hidden himself in the AB room. What a coward. I'd made up my mind to choose ally, no matter what, but a part of me had still considered trying to jump Dio if he dropped his guard. You know, you could have told every single person that Dio has the Exila Ver. And they would probably have helped you get it from him. But no. Well, okay, he would have chosen Betray anyways. But then you wouldn't have been forced to choose ally. Thanks to your righteousness. Now he'd made sure I wouldn't get that chance to try.
Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh,
Luna explained Tenmyoji's choice.
I see. Well, I guess that means I don't have to worry about him picking Betray.
right. What will you guys be choosing then?
Ally, of course.
You
Because my BP is 6, I assume.
Yes. As long as Tenmyoji votes Ally, I can't choose Betray. If I do, K's BP will go up to 9.
But what if he forces you?
You needn't worry. I would never do something so crass.
Right.
Of course.
Then you don't need to go in there.
Excuse me?
Alice can vote by herself. Then we don't have anything to worry about, right?
Well, I apologize, but I'm afraid I can't agree to that.
Why not?
I just can't. Shall we go, Alice?
Hey, hold on a minute there.
Kay continued briskly towards the AB room as if he simply hadn't heard Phi. Alice scrambled to follow him, perhaps concerned that he would lock her out. Only seconds later, they disappeared into the third room from the left.
I hope Alice is going to be okay.
Well, there's nothing we can do now. If Kay told the truth, she'll be fine.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Time's almost up. Come on, Luna.
Right.
They headed off at a trot toward the second room from the right and were soon out of sight inside it. All right, Clover, time for us to go.
Oh, okay. Right behind you.
I sighed to myself and headed toward the leftmost AB room. Why always the leftmost? Well, I guess we're not talking about this. Only now that the room is closed off.
What are you gonna do?
I don't really have a choice, do I? There's only one thing I can do. I'm going to choose Ally.
You can't! You'll die!
Well, you never know. Just because Dio told us to ally doesn't necessarily mean he's going to pick Betray. Hi, Xerox.
Do you really think a jerk like
As
that
always,
is going
have
to
a good
choose
evening as well.
ally if he doesn't have to? No. No way. He's got 6 BP right now. If he picks Betray, then he'll have 9 points.
Well, what about you?
Huh?
You've got 6 BP too, right? If Dio chooses ally and we choose Betray, then you'd have 9 BP.
What? No, that's not... I didn't even realize that until you brought it up.
Right.
I'm just trying to tell you that Dio is going to pick Betray. That's who he is.
And I'm trying to tell you that I've made up my mind. That's who I am. The only choice is ally. It's the only chance we have to get that medicine back.
That's why Dio called you an IG. What makes you think he's going to give us the Excelivir, even if you do what he says?
Maybe he won't, but I can guarantee that he'll destroy it if I pick Betray. That's who he is.
Fine. If you aren't gonna listen to me, then I guess I don't have a choice. I'll be pushing that button.
Huh? Before I realized what was going on, Clover ducked past me and ran toward the voting machine. No! Stop! I snatched her by the arm and hauled backward with all my strength.
Ow!
Sorry. Guess that was a little too hard, huh?
Hey! What do you think you're doing? You can't just throw a girl around like that.
Well, as you can see, I can. Well, you're the one who tried to trick me.
But you're gonna die! Dio's going to kill you! You can't do this! I don't want you to die.
Ten seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Thanks. It means a lot to hear you say that, Clover. I gave him a best reassuring nod and turned to face the polling machine.
3, 2, 1.
Why do we always get to choose at the last second? If you think about it, actually, there shouldn't be any time here to choose anything. It would be like, okay, you get a 10-second window to choose between Ella and Betray. Just to make it more natural. But now you have time to think about it. Be like, what should I choose? Well, you can always go back anyway, thanks to the flowchart, but, you know, if you want to make this more thrilling, then make this a timed choice. Vote has been recorded. Please wait.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Clover and I stepped out of the AB room. For several long moments, we just stared at one another. Words weren't necessary. Everything she would have tried to tell me, I could already see in her eyes. Let's go. I turned and headed toward the results screen.
Sigma.
I heard her behind me, her voice barely louder than a whisper. The choice was already made. I stood up straight and kept walking. Yep.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Not surprising.
What?
Sigma's BP is...
Negative.
Bye-bye, Sigma. Suddenly, all eyes were on me. Felt the weight, but stood my ground. It was the result I had expected. I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. I didn't have to wait long. There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Superil. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble, then gave out entirely as I crumbled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Hey! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Oh no! Oh no, oh no, oh no!
Trying to open my eyelids was like trying to lift sheets of lead. My eyes had lost the ability to focus, but I could make out a blur that had to be there in front of the number 9 door. Shouldn't Kay be with him there? You'll keep your promise. God damn it! I groaned and with a Herculean effort lifted my head and then my sluggish body off the ground. Every step was a battle, and whenever I shifted my weight, my muscles threatened to give out again. Why don't you just tell someone that he has the Excalibur? But somehow, I forced myself again, a single thought burning in my mind. I would reach Dio. Then, at last. The smudge of color faded into a recognizable person. I threw out my hand in front of him. Give it back. Give me the medicine.
Give it back? Don't act like it's yours. Are we supposed to share everything we find here?
I don't care. Just hand me the medicine.
What are you talking about?
We found the Excalibur in the laboratory.
And Dio stole it.
What?
You mean he has it? Right now?
Yeah. So?
I kept my promise. Now, you... I wasn't a fool. I knew the kind of person Dio was. There was a chance he wouldn't give us back the Excalibur. If he didn't, then I'd die with my hands around his throat. I gathered as much of my mind as I could and got ready to attack.
Fine.
Not quite what I'd been expecting.
Here.
With a shrug, he pulled the vial out of his pocket and tossed it toward me. I caught it and poured the tiny glass bottle to my chest, worried I might drop it. He's having a lot of time doing all that. The label said, unmistakably, Excalibur. It was the real thing. Clover, take it. I held it out toward her.
Right. Of course.
She quickly tucked it into her pocket. Good. Now, at least Quark will be alright. With that, the last of my strength left me and I dropped to my knees.
Sigma! Are you okay? Sigma! Sigma!
I guess this is it.
First is the Soparil, which put you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the tubocurare is injected, numbing your respiratory respiratory muscles.
I guess you could say it'll really take your breath away.
Nine minutes. Once the soparol was injected, I had 9 minutes until the muscle relaxant followed it. About 4 minutes had already passed, which left me with 5, give or take a little. In 5 minutes, I would be dead. What could I do in 5 minutes? How could I save myself? I gave a raspy, quiet laugh. Even with death staring me in the face, I seemed to be determined to struggle right up until the very end. Okay, Sigma. You can do this. Can you, though? Clinging desperately to what little consciousness I had left, I racked my brain for any possible solution. How could I save myself? How? There had to be something. Every problem, no matter how difficult, has a solution. There's always another option. Hopelessness is a state of mind. I just had to think. Think. If there was a way out, I'd find it. I wasn't ready to give up on life just yet. There had to be an answer. Good night, Sigma. To be continued. So I'm blocked out? Oh, let's check the flowchart. Yep, I'm blocked out. But does that mean I can continue this? I would... Is it called a legend in English as well? The German word for those explanations for symbols that are used in any kind of thing is called a Legende, which literally would be translated to legend, since Legende is a legend. But I think there's a different English word, but I have no idea. Oh well, let's go with betray then, and see... Alice get out again. Although this time I'm not so sure. But since it's so short, it probably is Alice getting away. Darn. We can skip. Betray. Let's go. Clover and I walked slowly out of the OB room. Theo glanced over at us as he exited his own room. I looked away before he could make eye contact. Oh, don't be so obvious.
Sigma! Why? After all that stuff you said? I mean, it's not like I'm criticizing you.
No.
I think you made the right decision.
Oh no, she can't run away, right.
You don't
Sorry.
need to apologize. I think I would have chosen betray if I was in your position. We'll find another way, alright? We just have to keep an eye on Dio.
He actually
As soon
allied.
as he gives us an opening, we take it. And I'm sure Alice will help us too.
Did you tell her?
It's okay. We can trust Alice. There's no way she told him. Anyway, let's go check the results.
Yeah. Okay, nothing changed there. Okay.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Hey, the hell is this?
Sorry, I decided to choose betray.
Oh, so you don't care what happens to Quark?
What kind of a cold-hearted bastard are you?
Jeez.
Please, just give it...
Hey, Sigma, what are you talking about?
We found the Excaliver in the laboratory.
Dio stole it. What? You mean he has it? Right now?
Nah,
Exactly.
I don't have it. Well,
What?
I won't have it in about 2 seconds.
The moment the words left his mouth, I knew what he planned to do. Wow, I can read. Yes, maybe. No, don't. I leapt towards him as I spoke, but it was already too late. You're an idiot. Dio snatched the vial out of his pocket, brought it up, and broke it, and threw it to the ground.
No!
You
What are
bastard.
you doing?
A promise is a promise. If you'd chosen Ally, this never would have happened. You want to blame someone? Blame yourselves.
I'd had enough. Something snapped in my brain. That's it. Huh? I let out a guttural roar and leapt forward. Only to be stopped short by a firm hand on my arm. Wow. That's all the resolve you had?
Hold it.
It was fine. Why are you stopping me?
Because this isn't the time for that.
Huh? What do you mean this isn't the time for?
Look at the number 9 door.
Kay was indeed standing in front of the door. What is he?
No!
9. His BP is 9. Suddenly we were all running toward Kay and the number 9 door. Kay, what the hell do you think you're doing?
What am I doing?
Getting out of
that
here?
should be obvious. But if you insist, I am attempting to leave.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I assure you, I would do no such thing. I am perfectly serious. After a rational assessment of the facts, I have concluded that this is the wisest course of action. What is currently our highest priority? The answer is, of course, to save Quark. He must be taken to a hospital as soon as possible. For that to happen, one of us must escape and call for help.
Right.
The only one of us capable of doing so is myself. That is why I intend to escape.
Of course.
And leave us all behind.
That's your explanation, of
Unavoidable.
course.
But as I said, I do intend to call for help.
Couldn't you have at least waited until the next round? Then you could have raised Quark's BP to 9 and taken him with you.
And what would happen if Dio was Quark's opponent in the next round? I have no illusions about what Dio would do. This is the most logical choice.
Right.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Wait! Where's Alice?
Ah, yes. Alice is in the AB room. She has collapsed, but you needn't be concerned. She's only sleeping.
Right.
What did you do to Alice?
You will need to ask her yourself. I must take my leave.
Hey! God damn it! Wait!
Theo charged at Kay, but the larger man easily sidestepped him and tumbled nimbly through the door, just before it closed. Tumbled nimbly. Okay. I can probably just... No, can't skip that, even though it's probably the same
The
announcement.
number 9 door has closed. This ends. Thank you. As the gate escape, please.
Yep. It totally, totally important. Game over. Oh no, who could have guessed? It's kind of annoying that you get locked out of all the routes so early. But it seems like I can continue here now. I know something now. Thanks to going through the laboratory, right? I now know the IG... the immunoglobulin... copy machine. So... But didn't Luna go in one of the paths through the laboratory? Meaning she actually saw that machine and knew that IG would also stand for immunoglobulin? Okay, should I get the personal ending first? Person ending? Okay, let's check it out. Lock number 2. So is it open now or not? Lock number 3. Doesn't say. But it is different, so I'm gonna guess I can continue here, right? Right? Let's see. At least I can skip through that. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. Suddenly, Clover moved. I leapt forward and clamped my hand around her wrist.
What are you doing?
Clover, listen to me. Alice wasn't killed. Nobody murdered her. She took her own life.
What? No.
That's the ending? That's it? Just us having that revelation? Wow, that is just so dissatisfying.
No! There's no way she'd do that!
But I need to play through that ending to get the true ending. Just, wow. Are you kidding me? It's true. She stabbed herself in the heart with a scalpel.
Alright. Where'd she get the scalpel then?
Well...
I did hear someone come into the infirmary right after the AB game ended.
Oops.
Was that before I showed up?
Yes. I got up to see who it was, but they were already gone. It could have been Alice.
So she could have taken the scalpel then?
Yes, I think so.
You're lying! This is all a lie! It has to be!
It's not. It's the truth.
Then why did she do it? Why would Alice kill herself?
She probably didn't have a reason.
What?
She'd been infected with Radical 6. That's what killed
you
her.
just said she killed herself! Just tell me the truth! Then prove it! Your 10 seconds ran out a long time ago, so if you don't have any proof...
I do. I have proof. There was a journal in the lab, wasn't there? Okay. Show it to me.
Journal?
It would have been in the safe.
Ah, well, Alice would have it then.
Fine. Can you... I don't feel right touching a dead woman's body. Could you take a look?
Sure.
Where? Her hands barely shook as she quickly searched through Alice's clothing. Yeah, it's not like she has a lot. I don't see where she could hide a journal. It was only seconds before she stopped. Slowly and carefully, she drew something out. From where? There it was. The journal. I turned to hand it to me, but I shook my head. You read it. It's in Latin. I can't make heads or tails of it. She cocked an eyebrow at me and flipped the small book open. When she looked back up at me, it was with both suspicion and surprise.
Yeah, it is Latin. But translating this is impossible. It's full of words I've never heard before. I can barely understand any of this.
Page 216. Turn to page 216. You should be able to read that one. Pai's frown deepened, but she did as I'd suggested. I watched her eyes quickly scan the page before looking up at me with renewed suspicion. Yeah?
Yeah, I can read this page. How did you know? No, wait. How did you even know there was a journal in the lab?
I just knew.
You just knew? Come on.
Look, just read it, okay? Clover wants to hear what it has to say. Right?
Yeah.
Right. Give me a moment to look it over.
After a few moments of whispering to herself in Latin, Fi began to translate, paraphrasing the contents of the journal. Are we getting the same? Radical 6 reduces the processing speed of the brain by a factor of the root of 1/6. One of the symptoms of Radical 6 infection is an overwhelming urge to commit suicide. Research has shown that it would probably respond to the right sort of antiviral medication, but no one has been able to develop one yet. At least they give you the paraphrased one of the paraphrasing. Nearby towns are filled with the corpses of people who took their own lives. The unaffected have only barely managed to survive and have been sent into underground shelters supervised by the government.
Oh Lord, please. Let their future be a bright one.
I shut the journal with a soft slap. A sickly silence drifted through the room. The newspaper article, the recording, the conversation with Tenmyoji, and now this journal entry. There was no more hiding from the truth. The pandemic had already happened. Sorry about that. Alright. All of Clover's rage suddenly dissipated, and she collapsed to the floor, tears pouring down her face. I'm looking at you, Artus. Shut up. None of us had the heart to say anything, and for several long moments, the only sound in the room was Clover's sobs.
We've got a problem.
Right,
It's almost time for the primary doors to open.
10 minutes? I was like, 10 seconds? That's not gonna work. Okay,
Sorry,
no, they have
but
5
I'll be
minutes to
taking
get through the
Alice's
doors,
bracelet.
right?
Vi and I won't be able to open the secondary door without it.
So she was a magenta pair, just like me.
Just now noticed that, did ya?
As she spoke, Dio grabbed the bracelet off the floor and dropped it into his pocket. Why did you decide that Vi is your partner in crime?
What color is your bracelet, Luna?
I'm a cyan pair.
You are part of Clover's
right,
pair.
there was only one pairing.
That means the two of you will need to come with me.
I guess so. Come on now, Clover. We need to go. Alice would want you to survive, wouldn't she? You'll never be able to figure out why all this happened if you stay here. Please.
You're right. Alice, I promise I'll find out what happened to you. I'll figure out who Zero really is. I mean, if you'd never been locked up in here, you never would have... This never would have happened. So it's like Zero killed you. I promise. I'll avenge you.
Clover stood up and rubbed her hands roughly over her eyes, smearing tears across her cheek. Then, with a determined frown, she strode out of the room.
Alright, we're out of time. Move, people.
You guys head on down to the Floor B warehouse. We'll catch up with you later.
Oh, right. Cork's got the yellow bracelet, which makes him your partner, right?
Yeah. Can't exactly leave him behind.
Without him, we'd end up stuck in the AB room. Okay, let's go. We'll see the rest of you once we've picked up Cork.
Very well. Until we meet again.
Quark! You're awake!
Yeah, I just woke up. Hey, where's everybody else?
Oh god. Quark.
Tenmyoji's entire body shook with emotion as he drew closer to him. He cautiously laid a trembling hand on the boy's shoulder, almost as if he were afraid Quark would disappear in a puff of smoke the moment he was touched. Yeah. When Quark proved to indeed be corporal, Tenmyoji let out a cry and threw his arms around him.
What's wrong? Are you okay, Grandpa?
It's nothing. Nothing's wrong. I'm fine.
But...
Quark gave him a puzzled look. Tenmyoji didn't even notice. His face was a mixture of happiness and relief. I could see tears twinkling from the wrinkled corners of his eyes. Yeah. Those are interesting streams of tears, for sure. All traces of his usual gruff stoicism had vanished. Didn't want to interrupt such a happy reunion, but we were running out of time. Still, Tenmyoji deserved a few minutes. I left them alone. At last, Tenmyoji seemed to recover and shifted from an embrace to a protective arm around the shoulder.
So, how are you feeling?
Feeling? Well, okay, I guess. Was I sick or something?
No. You're not sick. If you feel fine, then you're fine.
Huh?
I'm sorry. I should never have gotten you involved in all this.
What are you apologizing for?
Sorry.
You're doing it again. Are you sure you're okay? So, where's everybody else? Mr. Sigma's here, but he's just been standing there looking kinda silly.
I gave him a nervous smile and explained about the white doors. I got the feeling Tenmyoji didn't want Quark to know about Radical 6, so I avoided any mention of it. Alice's death was something I also left for later.
Okay, that makes sense. That means I'm on a team with you guys, right?
Right.
So, these white doors, when are they gonna open?
Well, we've got about 4 minutes until the primary doors open.
Oh, that's not good. We need to hurry, come on! How do we get to the Floor B warehouse?
Okay, we're going.
Follow me. Well, doesn't really matter which
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
You're late. Where the hell have you been? Quark?
You're awake!
And fully recovered, apparently.
I am also relieved to see you well again.
Me too.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
I looked up at the others from behind Quark and held a warning finger up to my lips. There was a few momentarily raised eyebrows and some nervous coughing as everyone suddenly fell silent.
Huh?
From Quark's perspective, it must have seemed especially odd. Yep, for sure.
Anyway, there isn't any time left. We need to hurry.
But there are 3 doors.
Which team goes in which door?
All of the doors are identical for this round. I believe it doesn't matter which team uses which door.
Pretty much, yeah.
Then we're taking the one in the middle.
Why that one?
You want a kill shot, you aim for the center. You're more likely to just miss the extremities.
That logic is flawed and more than slightly disturbing. Unfortunately, I don't really have a counter-argument.
Well, it's
so
very
Center
fitting
door it
with
is.
you.
I suppose we could go with the one on the left. Is that okay? I mean, we could go with the other one if you want.
Hay and Clover only nodded.
Well, there's only one left.
The door on the right.
Any objections? All right, let's move.
30 seconds remain until
How
chromatic
did that take
doors
5
close.
minutes? No way in hell. That
Hurry
take
it up,
5
Vi.
minutes. Them just
thing's
being like,
gonna
yeah, well, we're
close."
taking the middle one, we're taking the left one, and, well, guess the only remaining one is the right one.
It's time we were
That
going
takes,
as well.
like, what, a minute?
Right. Sure.
Who are you kidding, game? Come on, guys. There's no time to waste.
Right behind you.
Let's go!
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
Director's office. What's this place?
Probably the office of whoever it is that's running this place.
A very strange
It
office.
said director's office on the door.
So this might be Zero Xenius
Maybe.
office.
Or maybe not.
Well, which is it?
Why the hell would I know?
Yeah, true.
We should look around. If this really is Zero Senior's room, there might be some clues.
Yeah, you got a point. Let's get started then. Stick away out. Alright. Let's see, we have something. What's this? Checked it out earlier, but I think it's just a business card holder. A business card holder? Yeah, it's a file where you put business cards. They've all got these weird shapes on the back. I think maybe if you line them up in a particular way, then you'll get some sort of hint. Okay. Well, I guess we can find it. I don't think we have what it takes to do that just yet. I don't get it. Maybe we don't have enough info. Yep, don't think so. And we don't have the key. Yeah, it's locked. I don't see anything that looks like a keyhole. What is that? Not a keyhole? Guess not. Guess I'm blind. And there's this diamond-shaped hole in the middle though. Do you think we're supposed to stick something in there? And we have a computer with a two-headed line this time. Interesting. Well, what do we have here? I haven't seen a computer this old in a while. There's something on the screen. Is that a lion eating a hamburger? I really don't think so. I think the lion's got two heads. Looks like a monster from Greek myth or something. It looks like it's asking for an ID and password underneath it, the lion. Huh. Demioji, what? The keyboard doesn't seem to be working though. I guess we can't enter anything then. No, okay. What is that? An iris scanner? One of the training machines you see on late night infomercials? I think it's a facial recognition device. Close enough. A what? You put your hands on either side and hold your face in front of that lens. Then it checks your face against whatever it's got in its database. Oh, huh. What did you know? How did you know that? I'm in the salvage business. Every so often one of these babies shows up. It doesn't look like it's turned on though. Yeah, nothing happens when I put my face in front of it. There's something to the right of the lens over there that looks an awful lot like a keyhole. If we had a key for it, you think maybe we could turn it on? I assume so. Okay, we have a balloon. You want it to work? I don't need a balloon. I'm not a kid. Person. Really? How old are you? I'm 20. What? No way. Gotcha! Ha 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 ha. I laughed so hard. You wouldn't believe it. We have a laser? Looks like a green coaster. The stain on there makes it look like something was sitting here earlier. Oh. What the hell? Aha, now this is brandy. Pierre Perron. Pierre Perron's 200-year-old reserve. You can tell that just by looking at it. But smell it. What's some nose you've got there? Here, just let me have a taste. I don't think so. How can you be so cruel? Expensive brandy. What does that say? Green built into the credenza. Something on it. Starting up. Please wait. What is starting? It's me. Well, my money says Jackson. That just means it won't do squat if you mess with it right now. I want to go have a look at something else. Okay, can I look at that stain somewhere? Put that here. Oh, well, putting the expensive brandy on the coaster didn't seem to do anything. The laser beam just went right through it. Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing? If you keep frying it with that laser, you're gonna ruin the brandy. Pull it out of there. Now. Yeah, I want to see this. Still starting up, huh? Is it the globe you want? Doubt it. I don't think it fits in there. So the brandy is it, definitely. Otherwise it wouldn't work, but... What do I do with the globe now? Tablet. The bookshelf. There's some paint inside. Huh. This is cheap brandy. Alcohol this bad shouldn't even exist. So I think it's best if I dispose of it safely with my... I'll be taking that. Okay, I think... We actually... Oh, okay. Now the brandy, this one, I think is the head for that statue. And we'll put this one here. Look! The laser beam's bending all around the inside the bottle. Yeah, it made a parallelogram. Okay, now give me that and put that here. Yeah? Well, it's not really a suit of armor, is it? I mean, it's missing the helmet. Well, what would we call it? I'm not sure. The headless Nick? Huh, okay, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and call it a suit of armor, okay? Do it yourself. Anyway, it's got some red paint on the neck and shoulder area. Are you sure it's paint? It could be blood. Hey, don't say stuff like that. Being in a room with a headless suit of armor is creepy enough, you know? Okay, so this is not where I'm supposed to put this. Thanks, I guess. But I want to put that... No. Then let's put the brandy here. Tried putting the brandy on the coaster, but... We need to move this. What's this? Is it one of those vacuuming robots you see on TV? You got me. Looks like a machine of some sort. Well, is it turned on? I don't think so. Let's see if... Nope, no luck. Oh, nothing. Might as well give up. Yeah, let's go look at something else. We can always come back to it later. Right. We'll take this sounds? Nope. No. Strange. Can we do something here? Hey, the globe. Doesn't that look kind of weird? I think somebody glued a piece of paper to it. See if we can get it off. Oh. Okay. Good thing I actually looked at that. I think these are philosophy books. Yeah, thanks, Captain Obvious. The stuff in here is pretty sophisticated. I'm amazed you could get that far. I flipped the first one open and my brain just said, screw this, I'm out. Yeah, philosophy can be extra. This looks like a collection of literary analysis. Do you think it has any hints to help us get out of it? It is. If it does, we're screwed. I think we'd starve to death before we got through all 4 of these tomes. Yeah, true. History Adventure Saga. There are 3 volumes. Slingshot. Short spear. Looks like a tablet. Does it work? Nope. There's an empty slot on the back though. So it doesn't have a battery? Guess not. Then maybe if we find a battery. Might be able to turn it on. Yes. Okay. A bottle. I think the red paint on this bottle has something to do with the red section of the wall. Maybe it's part of a letter. I can't tell from here. Maybe if we look at it from another angle. Atos. Okay. This is supposed to be a letter. Japanese one? There's red paint on the wall. It looks like there's an outlet right next to it. Why would somebody put an outlet this high? Oh, it's probably not an electrical outlet. What is it then? I think you're supposed to insert something into it. I don't think we have anything. Can we hang the suit of armor on it? There's red paint on the neck and shoulders. We don't have a clue for this, do we? This safe is really big. There's gotta be like $100 billion in there. Right, dream on, kid, dream on. Huh, you're such a kid. Maybe they're just hiding something they really don't want people to see. Like some videos. I'm not sure I like the way you said that. Let's just open it and find out. I don't think... See? Is it locked? Yeah. There's a circular input panel on top of the handle. Looks like the one on the pressure exchange chamber door. So if we just do the same thing we did then... Yeah, okay, but we don't have the guide right now. Alright, let's do this. What did we work on? Ah, okay, so yellow and purple, green and red, white and blue. I'm gonna forget that again, but purple, yellow, green, red, white, blue. Purple, yellow, green, red. Good job, you did it. Oh, nice work. Very impressive. Let's have a look inside. $100 billion, $100 billion videos. Yeah. Well, would you look at that? Sorry guys, looks like all we've got is a binder and a deer. A bind, dear. What the hell is this? Is Zero just making fun of us? The deer's looking at me, Grandpa. Buck up, it's just a fake. Right, so there's a bind in the safe. It's got 2 pieces of paper in it. Okay. How slowly that closes. Well, let's hang that head up there, shall we? Well, looks like you were right. So we have E, U question mark, and L, U-E-L. Just don't get this one. And what I need it for. Okay, archive. Tell me, business card page 1. Bob, Chris, John, Ian, Tony, Michael. The women are requesting the following position. Carol likes being on the left and prefers to be near Bob. Ellen would like to be above Anne. Sophie likes to be on the very right. Kate likes to be next to Michael. Okay. And let's Bob, Chris, John, Tony, Ian, Michael. Good. There's Bob. Bob, Chris, John, Michael was in the middle. Ian was what second? Tony, Ian. Now. Carol likes being on the left, meaning she's either here or here. Anne prefers to be near Bob. And go here. Ellen would like to be above Anne. Near Bob. Okay, so put those two here. She's definitely above her, if that is counted as above. What else? Sophie likes to be on the very right. Kate likes to be next to Kate. Sophie on the very right. I think this is right. Then let's look at the other side. Maybe the shapes look like something now. Okay, let's have a look at the back of the business card. Book 334. It says book 334. What does it mean? Well, a book is a bunch of pieces of paper that are bound together with... I know what a book is. Okay. 3. 3. 4. H, of course. H-E-L. Why do I need it though? I kind of think that something's missing here. But what? Oh yeah, we can pop you, can't we? No? You don't want to be popped? Damn you. Can I? No, he's got a spear inside his sword? This is a really short spear though. If you took a tip head on, it looks kind of like a diamond. Diamond, huh? Ah. Put in there. Huh, it opened. There's something in here. Is it a key? It would seem so. And the key is for this one, right? Whoa, the light on the top turned on. Looks like you managed to turn it on. Alright, it's on. Now what? Well, why don't we try face to look at? Give it a... What about? Yeah. None of our faces work. Of course not. Face not recognized. Gender mismatch. What does it mean by gender mismatch? Well, you have to be a woman apparently. Maybe it's saying that it needs a girl? But there's only 3 of us and none of us are women. Well, maybe if we dress walk up like a girl? Sorry. No way. Why don't you dress up then? No, just thinking about it is making me want to puke. Besides, do you see a wig or makeup or anything around here? How would any of us dress it like a woman anyway? Dude, you totally want to do it. No, I don't. Hey, wait a minute. Maybe. What is it? Did you have an idea? Oh well, it can't hurt to try. Yeah, definitely worth a shot. How long has he had this in his pocket? It looks like a piece of paper. No, it's a picture. Oh yeah, I remember him looking at that in the infirmary. I guess it's worth a shot. Right, that's totally gonna work. Oh, we got the head. Oh my gosh, it's like we're in the villain's secret lair. Oh, didn't think like that would happen. I guess the recognition works. Yeah. Can I look at this picture? So, who is this girl? Hey, stop! She's just a girl. Is she your granddaughter? Well, I guess this confirms my suspicion that Tenmyoji is Junpei. No. Well, who is she then? Damn it, fine. You've already seen her after all. Her name is Akane Kurashiki. I've been looking for her for a long time. Why? Because she's his first love. Duh. No. Got it wrong. But it's true. But you carry that picture everywhere. I don't think I've ever seen you leave it somewhere. And when you don't think anybody's watching, you talk to it. I've seen you do it. Huh. Didn't mark you for hopeless romantic, Tenmyoji. Look, it's not about love, and I'm not a goddamn romantic. Okay, okay. You don't want to talk about it. I get it. Can I take it? Says it's a picture of Tenmyoji from I think the name was Akane Kurashiki. Can't say I'd blame Tenmyoji for falling for her back when he was younger. She was a cute kid. Let's take it. Look. Oh, hey, there's the helmet for the suit of armor. Okay. Now you get your helmet back. There you go. Yes, that suits him. Ha ha. Now, can I use this chair? There's a lever next to the chair. Why don't you pull it? What's going to happen? Come on. It's not really that hard to figure out. I think it's going to go back into the wall. Pull the damn thing and find out. Alright. I guess I should start by sitting in the chair. Then I pull the lever. Here I go. H-E-L-P. Help! Okay. Looks like there's something on the table. Is that a battery? I don't need to be looking at this right now. I can take care of it when we get back to the other room. Okay. Anything else? Nope. He painted on the wall in red letters. But boy, again, the chair should turn around, right? No, whatever. Not like I have a choice. Can you just sit down, please? You must be feeling tired, Temyoji. All the excitement can't be easy for someone of your age. Why don't you sit down for a bit? I'm not so old I need the likes of you worrying about me. That's all. Well, I think I'll just have a seat then. Oh, what's that? You think maybe it's an eye watching us? I don't think so, no. I think it's a target. Like a bullseye? Yeah. You're supposed to shoot it. Shoot it with what? Don't be an idiot. You've already got what you need. Yeah, for the slingshot, can I just click on it again? Okay, I'll just use the slingshot to... Whoa, hold on there. You actually have something to fire? Oh no, I guess I don't. What are you going to shoot it with then? With mind bullets. It's called telekinesis, Sigma. Anyway, I figured that would slip your mind like everything else. Here, I grabbed this off the floor earlier. Take it. Oh, this is the key we used to start the facial recognition device. Thanks, man. I guess I don't have to use my special psychic powers after all. Here goes. Aiming. 3, 2, 1. Fire! Oh, nice cell. Aim. You got it right in the center. Okay. So we got the confirmation that it is help. Nice, I guess. Shelf. Something is off about it. So, what now? It says it's still starting up. I probably can't do anything with it right now. Oh, that reminds me. Can I sit down real quick again? I cannot look to the side. I guess that could also be interpreted as a P if you wanted to. An old computer, the keyboard doesn't seem to work, so we can't really do anything with it. Might as well leave it alone for now. Well, can we put the tablet here? I don't need that. Tablet here? Tablet where? No. Here? Oh, that's the door we came in from. This is the door we're gonna leave from. What else? No. It bothers me that I cannot click on this door. It just brings me to the right side of the shelf. Where are you going, Sigma? That's the door we came in through. No point going back out. If you go all the way back, you wouldn't be able to get somewhere? Don't know. What have I not clicked on yet? Or can I just click on it now? Oh, looks like you got the tablet to turn on. Look, something showed up on the screen. H-E-L-P. Chat. You did it! Oh, good work, Sigma. Take a look at the screen. Star. Okay. This looks like the password for the safe. Awesome! Now we can open it. I guess you could interpret this as an arrow? Halo? What else? What else could it be? I don't get it. Oh, this is green now. Oh, it changed. That looks like a puzzle. It is. It's a silhouette puzzle called a 10-gram. Move or rotate the triangles and squares to get the shape you need. Pressing the rotate button, /move button, will allow you to switch between move and rotate. You can rotate a piece by dragging it while in rotation mode. Dragging while in movement mode will move the piece in question. Once you've made the shape you want, press the check button. I have no idea what that is. Let's give it a shot. So we want a parallelogram, right? Oh my god. They can move them freely. Nice. Yep. This is kind of annoying. Hello, thank you. Don't know if they need to be touching, but let's go. Two down here and turn. Move. No, too far. Perfect enough, I guess. Come on. Does it really need to be touching? Move it. Hello? I would have been stuck here for a while without checking the complete button. Okay, ooh, that's the man. That was amazing. How do you do it? That puzzle was really hard. Well done, Sigma. That was pretty impressive. So, what do we get? Look, there's something on the screen. IILP? What does that mean? Exactly that. Yeah, looks like it worked. Good job. That was awesome. The screen changed. Moon, sun, star. Hey, it looks different than before. Sims are different and they're in different places. Yay! Yeah, shut up. Moon, sun, star. Give me the file. Yeah. I just remember there was all stars, but star. Okay. Completed. Yeah, it's open. Looks like kinda empty this time. There are only two things in here. First we've got the AB room cards. Oh, these must be the star cards they were talking about. There are two of them. Could you guys take one and I'll take the other? Right, we're pairs, so we only need one for the two of us. And the other thing is the key, as usual. Yes! Now we can get out of here. Woo. Great, no point in sitting around. Let's go. Yeah. It's kind of strange that the computer is just left there unattended. I wonder if I could have done something with it, but I can't exit it. Access it right now. Door's locked. Says locked. Well, yeah, we're ready. Let's go. Go for it. Oh, 3, 2, 1. I found it! How many elevators are there?
No! Damn it!
What's wrong?
I left something in the director's office.
What was it?
The picture. Ugh, how could I forget it?
Oh yeah, you must have set it down after using the face recognition thing. Yeah, I was wondering why it was still on the machine. But oh well.
Yeah. I'm going back. You two go on ahead to the warehouse.
I want to come with you.
Me
Nah,
too.
that's fine. Why don't you head back to the warehouse, Sigma? The others are probably already waiting.
Alright, I'll see you two later then.
Right.
Bye, Mr. Sigma.
I watched them jog off toward the blue door. And then they were gone. Guess I should be getting back then. Oh, these animations take ages. I stepped into the warehouse to find all the other teams already there. Kay and Luna, Vi and Clover, and Dio. The moment Dio spotted me, he dashed over to the rightmost AB room and slid his card through the reader. That dude really is annoying.
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
As he turned to look at me, I swore I saw a flash of a smug grin.
There. Happy? This time I waited for you to get back before I opened it. You see,
Wow,
I can be considerate.
So nice. But Tenmyoji and Quark aren't here.
Yeah, where are they?
I guess they forgot something back in the room we found. Doesn't sound suspicious at all. They run back to grab it real quick.
And they'll be here in a few minutes. No big deal.
Yeah, I don't think so. While we waited, we exchanged information about the rooms we investigated. Unfortunately, none of it seemed very useful. None of us had found anything, and we were no closer to unraveling any of the increasing number of mysteries we were faced with. Yeah. With that discussion exhausted, we sat down to wait. Before long, 20 minutes had passed since Dio opened the door and Tenmyoji and Quark were nowhere in sight.
Don't you think they're taking a little long?
Yes, I'm getting worried. What if something happened to them?
I'll go have a look.
Then I shall accompany you.
Nah, I'll be fine by myself. It's not that far away after all. No,
Just don't look into the abyss too long, or you might become a monster.
Right, that's... I don't think... Okay, whatever. Look, I'm just going to the director's office. I'll be right back, no big deal. Right, see you guys later. I gave a quick goodbye wave and stepped out of the warehouse. Oh, you don't have to show me each and every time. Nobody is in here. Huh? That's odd. There's nobody here. The picture is gone though. The Mugen Quark must have been here then. I laid out the floor B plan. Huh. They must have taken the door that faces the warehouse. After that, they probably went through the warehouse and out the blue door to the elevator. Yeah, that's a much shorter route. On the other hand, I came through the red door, which is kind of the long way around. Oh, looks like we managed to miss each other perfectly. Well, this was a huge waste of time. Shoot. Might as well head back, I suppose. I'd packed up the map and was headed toward the door when... Huh. There was a light on there. On where there hadn't been a light before. What? What's that thing? Why is that thing on? We messed with it earlier, but nothing seemed to work. Is it a teleporter? I felt a sudden wave of inexplicable, nauseating dread. The light stared at me. I swallowed and edged cautiously toward it. The machine was in arm's reach now. I stretched my hand out toward it, slowly. Slowly.
So, you finally made it.
No, you're...
I am Zero. I was the one who brought you here. You undoubtedly have as many questions for me as there are stars in the sky. As you can see, however, this is only a recording. I will therefore be unable to directly answer any questions. Ask if you wish, but I cannot respond.
I considered taking a swing at him, but decided that was spectacularly futile and kept my balled fist at my side.
Now, where to begin? There are many things I wish to tell you, but unfortunately, our time is limited. As such, the information I can provide is also limited. I have chosen two things of great importance to tell you. First, I will tell you about termites.
Why?
In retrospect, I suppose that's a rather odd thing to say.
Yeah?
I imagine you look rather bewildered right now.
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly understandable. The person who kidnapped you and threatened you with death is lecturing you about insects. I suspect it hardly seems fair. Nonetheless, this is very important. In a way, it will determine your fate. So I ask that you listen carefully. Have you ever seen a termite mound? They are splendid structures. Some might even call them works of art. Termites are natural architects, and their mounds are both structurally sound and make excellent use of space. So, are they following some sort of plan as they build? Are there termite blueprints detailing which room goes where? No, of course not. Each termite is simply an oblivious cog in a tremendous machine programmed by millions of years of termite DNA. It is doubtful an individual termite has any idea what its contributions are helping to create. But a human does. We can appreciate the elegant forms of their alien cathedrals. we can see the simple beauty of their perfect functionality. We can understand the splendid planning of their structure. In other words, only an intelligence of a higher order can understand the beauty of what the termite builds. Now, consider humans. Why are we alive? Why do we love and give birth? Why do we create? From where do our cultures spring? There are many theories, but no one knows the truth. We are oblivious cogs in a tremendous machine programmed by millions of years of human DNA. No doubt you see now what this analogy is supposed to illustrate. Yes, I mean to say humans are not different from termites. We trudge through our lives with no greater understanding of our ultimate goal. You might say we don't understand what we're building. Only an intelligence of a higher order than ours can understand what we're doing. Imagine how we might look to such an intelligence. We may be building some structure so perfect and elegant, we can't even perceive it. Whatever it is, we've likely been building it on a dimension just above the ones we know since time immemorial. If we are like the termites, then what we've created is almost certainly something of tremendous beauty. And you are about to catch a glimpse of it. Or have you already? Well, that's enough on that subject, I think. Consider what I've said. Now, let's move on to the second topic. It is somewhat more immediately meaningful to your life, and, in fact, the lives of several billion other people.
You sure about that?
I realize this is rather sudden, but I have a password for you. It is the password to disarm the bomb, numbered 1. Are you ready? I will only say this once, so pay close attention. The password to disarm the number 1 bomb is BQZ RGJ DXR.
I probably don't have to remember that, but let me write that down. 1 BQZ RGJ DXR. I had no idea what he was thinking. What bomb? Was he saying there were bombs too? If he'd guessed at my future confusion, he showed no sign of it.
That is the last of the information this message was meant to convey. Before I go, however, I have a warning. You cannot tell any of your companions what you heard or saw here. If you do, you will be penalized immediately. I hope we will meet again someday. We would have much to discuss.
And how would you find that way? Good idea. You can't just spout all that crap and disappear. Found myself yelling at empty air. But why was that turned on? The hologram had disappeared. What kind of an idiot does he take me for? Termites? Other dimensions? How could that have anything to do with kidnapping us? It kicked out at a nearby shelf.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded...
Yeah. Shut up. Oh crap. Need to get back. Not like there's any point staying here. I was spun around and ran out of the room toward the warehouse. Oh.
Grandpa!
So they didn't get away.
Look! Mr. Sigma's back!
Took you long enough.
Where are the others?
In the AB rooms.
They went in already?
Yep.
Why didn't you... Have you been waiting for me?
Yeah! Grandpa said there was something he had to tell you before we voted, no matter what.
Nothing that significant. Just wanted to tell you we're going to choose ally this round. That's it.
And you had to tell me that no matter what. Seems kind of pointless. I mean, words are cheap. You can promise whatever you want.
True, but we've got something to back it up. Just hear me out.
Okay, go ahead.
Quark and I both have 8 BP. We're already on the home stretch. So what do we need to get to the magic number? Well, we need you to choose ally. If you do that, it doesn't really matter to us what we pick.
You'd get 9 whether you not got 2 or 3 points.
That being the case, we don't have any reason to betray you. And if we both choose ally, we both gain points.
True, but you must have considered what I'll choose, that I'll choose betray. That would mean you'd choose betray to protect yourselves.
But that's why we're telling you we won't choose betray.
Mm-hmm.
Can I trust you?
Of course.
Alright. Tell me one thing. Let's say we do this and both ally. Everyone gets 2 points. That means you and Quark will have enough to leave, which is great for you. But I'll be stuck with a measly 5. How do I know you aren't going to just open the door, 9, and leave us in the lurch?
I can guarantee it. I can give you my word.
Oh.
I will not open the number 9 door, even if I have enough points to do so. I swear it. We aren't going to abandon everybody else just so we can escape.
I swear too. I promise.
So all you've got
When I make
is a promise, huh?
I keep it. Trust me.
Please! You've got to trust us!
Alright, fine, I'll trust you.
2 minutes remain until Amberdeck's game polling closes.
We're counting on you, Sigma.
You gotta choose ally! You promised!
With that, they turned and ran into the AB room second from the right. Well, guess I should get moving. This promise has been broken each and every time so far. Each and every time. Me trusting someone, well, okay, I don't trust anyone in this game. But the trust Sigma puts in them has been betrayed.
Until Amberdeck's game polling closes.
So I kinda, and it probably doesn't really matter. Let's see. Oh, there are actually 2 endings. Okay. But just seeing as there are 2 endings, that means they choose betray. I just don't understand why. As I said, it doesn't matter to them. Well, there should be multiple people reaching 9 points right now. So it doesn't really matter. But I know... Okay, we're gonna play both endings. Doesn't really matter. We're gonna be betrayed each time. So... And then we're gonna end it there. That's my ending for today, I guess. I had a decision to make. Did I trust Quark and Tenmyoji? Well, I could believe they were telling the truth and still betray them. That would bring my BP to 6. I'd be that much closer to 9. And choosing betray would guarantee that they wouldn't try and escape without the rest of us. Betrayal seemed like the safe bet. But
Please! You've gotta trust us!
why should I?
You've gotta choose ally! You promised!
Yeah, this insistence on Sigma having to choose ally is what gives me the suspicion that you're gonna betray me, Quark. Tenmyoji, I could betray easily enough, but Quark? What the hell was I going to do?
10 seconds remain.
Yeah, shut up.
9.
Yeah, shut up, I said.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, we're gonna go ally first and get ourselves betrayed.
Round 3 of the Ambidex result.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ambidex.
Up.
Results from round 3 of the Ambidex game will be.
Yeah, shut up. Well. Yes, was obvious. It do be obvious.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please
That is
check
such an
your bracelet
asshole move,
to see
though.
your updated bracelet points.
I don't understand it. It gives them nothing but the satisfaction for having betrayed it. Hey, what the hell, guys? Why'd you betray me?
Quark had nothing to do with this. I made the vote.
Grandpa.
Alright, fine. Why'd you break your promise, Tenmyoji?
I only promised you one thing. We wouldn't open the number 9 door, even if we got 9 points.
What? So, you're not going to leave?
Not what I said. Of course we're going to leave.
What?
Look. See Clover over there?
What? Don't tell me. No. What did you expect?
Oh no.
Jeez.
That bitch!
Clover gets to leave pretty much all the time.
Quark and Tenmyoji have...
The world were barely out of words when Tenmyoji and Quark ran past.
No! God damn it!
Clover, are you really going to leave?
Well, yeah. Why else would I open the door?
Why?
I'm going to go call the others, so we can capture
Right.
Zero Senior.
As if...
Tenmyoji, are you and Quark going too?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Sorry, everybody.
You're totally
So
sorry
Sigma.
about that.
Happy? I kept my promise. Clover opened the door, not me.
Like hell I'm happy. That's some shady shit, Temioji.
You say so. I have to get out of here, and that's that. He's gotta pay for what he's done.
Yeah, but you still
Zero.
didn't have
You mean you know who
to
Zero Senior
betray
is?
me.
Yeah. No point keeping it a secret now, I suppose. I know exactly who Zero Senior is.
What?
Why don't you tell us? Before you leave the door. Through the door.
The number 9 door.
Yeah, shut up.
Let's go. Come on, guys. Time to move.
Right.
Oh, wait! This is for you, Mr. Sigma.
I hate you too, Quark. Quark held something out. I looked down to see 2 pieces of folded paper. What is this?
It's a letter. I wrote it in the director's office before the AB game. I wanted to tell you what kind of guy Grandpa is. So, read it, okay?
And why should I care? He pressed it into my hand.
See you later, Mr. Sigma.
Right. Then he turned and ran toward the door, Temioji and Clover following in his footsteps. I was so surprised by the letter that I didn't even try to stop them. And not that we could, before I could think of anything to say.
See you.
Goodbye.
Baba.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Has escaped.
And I don't even get to read the letter?
Shit! They're gone.
All we can do now is hope they bring help back.
Indeed.
I agree.
I looked down at Quark's letter and slowly unfolded it. His handwriting was still slightly uneven, but it filled both pages with writing. I began to read. It was a really stormy day when he found me. He said the rain was coming down so hard it almost hurt, but somehow he managed to hear a baby crying. I guess I must have been crying pretty loud. He took me home and did his best to raise me, but he'd never been married or had a kid before, so I think it was really hard for him. He couldn't figure out how to mix the formula, so he was always carrying the directions around with him. If you've done it like a couple of times, shouldn't you remember it? But sure, whatever. Also, I guess I was a pretty picky eater, so if he didn't get the water to formulate just right, I wouldn't eat it. I guess it was kind of a pain, huh? That was I. Not the picky eater part, but being a pain. My parents were like, told me my brother could sleep anywhere. He still can. But I was definitely a crier. So if I would have been the first one, they wouldn't have had the second child. But he didn't give up. And now, here I am. When he found me, I was really, really small, and he was worried that I might not make it. That's why he named me Quark. A quark is a really, really small thing, and it was really, really small, too. Grandpa didn't need to worry, though, because it turned out that I was pretty tough. When I was 1, he forgot I was sleeping in the bed of his truck and drove off. I rolled out and went off the bag, but I didn't even get scratched. What the hell are you? I started walking when I was 2. That's late. And when he wasn't looking, I fell down the stairs. I didn't get hurt then, either. When I was 3, I got really sick. I had a super high fever for a week, but eventually I got better. I guess you could say I'm pretty lucky. Anyway, I didn't really have any more accidents after that, and I was pretty healthy as a kid. By the way, by the time I was 6, I'd started helping Grandpa out with his work. His job was to get the junk from abandoned buildings, and he'd fix it up or pull out the useful parts and sell them. There were plenty of abandoned buildings, but finding good stuff in them was hard. You had to know which part were useful, or you could end up wasting a bunch of time. Every time I'd find something, he'd explain to me what it was, how it was supposed to work, how to fix it, all sorts of things. Usually, though, I just wanted to finish up work so I could go to the theater. The theater came to our town once a week in a wagon. They'd show old news or movies. I went every single week, but Grandpa only went once in a while, and he'd only go weeks when they showed movies. Oh, yeah, I didn't know that I'd been adopted until I was 7. One of the other kids on my block told me. I guess after Grandpa found me, he looked all over town to try and find somebody who'd take me in. The kid from my block actually had a mom, and he'd asked me if she would... He'd asked her if she would take me too. I gotta admit, I was pretty shocked when I heard that. There weren't a lot of kids with parents around, so hearing that someone lived with his actual mom was pretty impressive. I was also kind of surprised that Grandpa had tried to get someone else to take me. Did that mean he didn't want me? The kid who told me about Grandpa trying to get rid of me was a real jerk. He was totally spoiled, and he'd brag to everybody about how he had a mom. He liked to come up to me while I was working and say stuff like, "Must be hard not having a mom." It never bothered me before, but after I found out that Grandpa had adopted me, I started to think that maybe he didn't really want me. If I could work on my own, then he could get rid of me. I was scared to know the truth, so I never asked him. Then, one day, he took me to a bar in our neighborhood. During the day, of course. He went there sometimes to drink scotch, but I'd never gone before. When we got in, he just walked up to the counter with that grumpy look he has, and I thought, oh no, he's gonna make me work here. But I was wrong. I saw him pass something to the bartender, and then he picked me up and set me down on the stool next to the counter. The stool was pretty high, especially for a 7-year-old kid, and my legs just dangled off of it. It seemed really, really high to me, and I was pretty nervous. Eventually, the bartender came back over with a glass of scotch, another big glass full of something else. As I looked closer, I realized that the second glass was full of some sort of brown liquid with a scoop of ice cream in it. Ugh. It took me a minute to realize what it was. A root beer float. So disgusting. I'd never seen one before. I was so surprised. Root beer was even more expensive than the nicest alcohol in the bar. To me and the other kids, it seemed more like an urban legend than a real drink. But there it was, right in front of me. I stared at the float. I still wasn't sure if it was real at that point, and then turned to look at Grandpa. He looked back at me. Didn't know what to do, so I turned to the bartender. He'd already turned around and moved over. So I figured he must have put the glass down in front of me on purpose. It still didn't seem like it could be real, and I was just staring at it when Grandpa told me to hurry and drink it before the ice cream melted. His gruff voice sounded like an angel's. "Is this really mine?" He nodded. Words can't describe how awesome it was. This is more than 2 pages. How tiny are you writing? I'd never tasted anything like root beer before. The creamy sweetness of the ice cream made my entire head feel light. Felt like the luckiest boy in the entire world. That's not an exaggeration. I really thought that. The root beer float was delicious, but what made me even happier was Grandpa. When I looked over at him, he was smiling. I know that's gotta be hard for you to imagine, but he really was. Right then, I didn't care whether he just found me and adopted me or not. He'd bought me a root beer float. Awesome. That made me way luckier than some kid who had a mother but had never tasted root beer. Of course, after we left the bar, he was the first kid I bricked him. So Grandpa and I were doing pretty good. Until the fight. I was in a super bad mood that day. I'd torn one of my shoes that day, and some old drunk guy had yelled at me. All the junk I found was totally useless. The day was almost over and I was fed up, so I just grabbed some random trash and took it back to the house. When I showed what I found to Grandpa, he frowned. He started going through each thing I'd brought back, explaining why they were all useless. He got really mad and just yelled, "I don't care!" Then he got mad, and I couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. I was pretty upset. I started thinking that maybe Grandpa had only adopted me so he could raise me to work and make money for him. After a while, I went and hid in an abandoned building, but by then I'd started to calm down and think that maybe I should go back and apologize. It had started raining pretty hard though, so I decided I should wait for it to stop. But that was just an excuse. The truth was that I was nervous. Part of me knew I had done something wrong, but I didn't want to admit it. The rain didn't stop though, so I just sat there, staring out at the gloomy grey sky. I imagined Grandpa coming to get me. It kept raining all night, and he never showed up. I kept up waiting and decided it was time to go home. I gave up waiting and decided to go home. I was about halfway there when I heard somebody groaning. At first I thought I should just ignore it and not get involved, but I went over anyway, and it was Grandpa. He was totally soaked, and I could tell right away that he'd been there for a really, really long time. I yelled, and he opened his eyes a little bit. He smiled weakly and said he was glad I was safe. He'd spent all night out in the rain looking for me. Awful. Grandpa had been out in the rain looking for me so long that he'd collapsed. It was horrible. He'd heard me crying in the rain, but I hadn't hurt him. As I ran to the doctor, I promised whatever God might be listening that if they would only save Grandpa, I'd never ask for another root beer float ever again. He got a real bad fever, and his temperature wouldn't go down for days. The doctor said that if it kept up, he'd die. If he died, then I'd be all alone. There wouldn't be anybody left to care about me. The thought of that happening terrified me. Fortunately, I must have passed some of my luck on to Grandpa, because a week later, his fever finally broke. A week? Okay, the temperature wasn't mentioned, but high fever for a week for a person, let's say, in his 80s. Okay, I was surprised he survived. I was glad he was going to die, but I was also a little scared. What if he had decided he didn't want a stupid kid like me around anymore? My plan was to apologize as soon as he woke up, but when the moment came, my brain just stopped. Grandpa started to talk, and it took me a minute to realize he was apologizing. I didn't know what to think. He explained that he was an old man, and that meant he was probably going to die sooner rather than later. He was strict with me because he wanted to make sure I'd be able to make it on my own after he was gone. But maybe he'd been a little too strict. All of the things I'd worried about had been stupid and selfish. Grandpa cared about me a whole lot. He'd been worried when I ran off, and he'd gone out into the rain to look for me. I tried to apologize, but when I opened my mouth, I just started crying. I don't think I've cried that much since I was a baby. But he just smiled and patted my head. I asked him if he'd ever regretted adopting me. His eyes got all wide, and he said, "Of course not." He told me that, oops. He told me that he was looking for a really important lady, and because of that, he'd had to give up on pretty much everything else in his life. But when he took me in and started raising me, he felt like he'd gotten some of what he'd lost back. That was when I decided I'd stay with him forever. Even if he said I couldn't. Yeah, but that still doesn't explain why you betrayed him. If it didn't matter if you allied or betrayed. I do not understand this choice. It literally didn't matter. And it's pissing me off. It's really pissing me off. Like, yes, in this case they didn't kill Sigma. Fine, I guess. But they could have still chosen ally and could have gone through the door. And it wouldn't have mattered. But no. They were like, well, he's gonna ally because a kid asked him to. Mwahahaha. I guess. Oh. Guess I can't really expect anything else from these people in this game. Right. You seriously don't get that choice. So we get that letter and be like, yeah, well, I guess we can forgive them. Because they're such awesome people. He loves his adopted grandchild. And that's why we're gonna forgive him, for sure. Okay, can't skip it anyway. But hey, I got my first character ending, I think. I just realized that we're gonna see Clover go through the door again. No matter what. So, I guess we're destined to see Clover leave us behind in every single ending. Okay, not in every ending, but pretty much every ending. Maybe we can skip it this time. I doubt it, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Okay. Temioji and in rude veritas. Okay. If you say so. Yeah. Only 8 more to go. Yep. I want to betray you guys now. Do exactly what you did to me.
Results from round
Yeah,
3.
shut up.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Not sure. But with the K pairing?
Quark had nothing to do with it.
Hey, what's the deal? Okay.
I entered the vote.
So why'd you choose betray?
Didn't I ask you the same thing? I don't really think this is the time for a fight, though. Look, Clover's over by the door.
What? Oh no! Just skip that? No. Guess we don't get a heartwarming letter this time around.
The number 9 door.
Fuck, she opened it.
Ugh! Why?
Why not?
Wait!
Clover! What the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm going to call the others.
Stop lying.
Justice for Alice.
Justice? Wait, do you mean...
The number 9
door has been opened.
Time for me to go.
Yeah, have fun.
Please, Clover, wait!
Like hell, I'm just gonna let you walk out of here.
Dio leapt at Clover, his fist raised. Clover easily avoided him and moved toward the door.
Goodbye.
I caught one last glimpse at her face as she slid through the door. It was a mask of ice. All ice.
The number
9 door has
closed. Please enjoy your stay.
Nobody's saying anything after that. Sad. No sappy letter. So sad. It was a very quick ending. But yeah. Okay, let me look at the flowchart real quick. Okay, this is still locked. I'm not sure if we should go for... I don't think we can. I think one of them is a true ending out of these two. Meaning, even if we went through this scenario, we would be stopped again. So I guess it's time to get the betray option here. And play through the rest of the scenario. And get the next character ending. Just takes ages. But we'll do that tomorrow. Because I'm not feeling too good today. So yeah. Short one today. No. Skip that real quick. I didn't even skip that. What? But I've watched that already. Game. Can I now? Thank you. No, I guess. There. Yeah, it's fine. It do be fine. Well. I do not understand the choices being made in this game. Take the Clover K pairing, what I was trying to say earlier. In that case, I might be able to understand why she didn't go for ally. But Kay and her were both at 8 points, meaning they both just needed one more point. They will both get it with ally. Sure, Luna was with her, right? Luna got with 3 more points, got to 4 points thanks to her. Sure, but other than that, what else did she gain? Nothing. She would be stuck there anyways. So I do not get these choices when they're like, yeah, well, why should I ally when I can get out with ally, right? Makes total sense. Yes, they would lose points if they allied and their other party would betray them. Meaning they would need 1 definite betray round more or 2 ally rounds. Yes, but other than that, that's why you don't just go around betraying people. If you can trust them, or be like, yo, we're not playing against each other, we're playing against the game master. So we should try to ally each and every time, and we get to the ending, well, as fast as we can, but sure, it's gonna take a while. And if you can't trust each other, just stay out of the goddamn room, because the room will automatically ally you, even if you don't choose. Shocker, I know. Ah! Oh well. This game setup of this Amberdex edition just straight up frustrates me. Alright. As always, thanks for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.